Everybody in the alternative community, everybody in the punk community is talking about the Punk MBA and him quitting YouTube. And I have some thoughts on it. I personally, and I just want to make this very quickly. He's gotten a lot of hate. I've seen a lot of people say a lot of crazy things. Yeah, I never liked him anyway, and he was always just trashing bands and trying to trigger his audience. And I have to completely disagree with that. So the Punk MBA, he did this podcast interview and he basically said, well, I only did YouTube videos for the money. I only did it for the money. I never cared about music. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I think what happened to Finn is what happens to a lot of content creators and people who choose this path, people who choose this journey. It is a lot to deal with. And I think what happened to him is you're reading so many opinions about you, about your family, about your child, about your wife. It's just it does become way too much. And I don't buy the whole idea that people in the comments are like, well, if you put yourself out there, you should just expect that. You should just take the criticism. No, bro, that's not how that works. I've seen so many videos where people are like, oh, he just didn't know how to take the criticism. There's a fine line between criticism and people just simply trolling. And that's what happens on the internet. There is rarely ever any actual criticism that happens on the internet. Usually people who are incredibly triggered by something and yelling into the void. People who are ready to dogpile on whoever. That is what I believe happened. This idea that, oh, well, he just made his content to trigger people. He just made his content to, always trash talking bands. And I don't think so. If you watch I've watched him for a very long time. If you watch a number of his videos, so much of it has been fair criticism of different bands. And he always has very interesting takes about why rock music is dead and why rock music needs to evolve. And he used his platform to talk about things like that. The truth of the matter is there are so many people who cannot handle that everyone is not going to like the same band that you like. Everyone is not going to like the same musician or artist that you like. And it's so hard for people to accept that. People are like, oh, anytime I saw his videos, I would get so angry. Then why are you watching them? I'm just so confused. We literally live in a day and age where you can watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. No one is forcing you to watch anything. And you're choosing to go watch rage bait or what you assume is rage bait. That's a choice that you made. At what point does the viewer take any type of accountability for the choices that they choose to consume? You are choosing the content that you consume. Whether it's Punk MBA, whether it's whoever, none of these people are forcing you to watch these videos. So I'm very confused when people are like, well, I didn't like what he said about this band that I like. Then why did you watch the fucking video? Things I don't like, I just simply don't fucking watch it. I don't understand people who act like it's so complicated, and especially people who are not fucking teenagers. If you're a teenager, I can somewhat have some sense of empathy for you. But if you're in your 30s, 40s plus, and you are crying in the comments about the Punk MBA that he didn't like a Slayer song or whatever, that's on you. I don't know what to say. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with all of his takes. I love indie rock music. I love, especially 2000s indie rock. I love things like The Strokes and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and all that. He didn't like that, and he made it very clear that he didn't like it. Does that mean I needed to be oh my God, let me type, you are an evil Nazi, and blah? It's people are absolutely insane. This is some of the shit that I've seen on Reddit. Maybe it's popping up somewhere. I don't know. But some of the things that people have said on Reddit. I don't think people who do not make content don't understand. You're constantly reading endless opinions from people who assume that they know you from 30-minute videos, 40-minute videos. You're seeing a very edited version of someone's life. That does not mean that you know them. I know that I'm probably giving a very unpopular take on this because a lot of people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And whatever is happening in his personal life, I have no idea. All right? I have no idea. People are like, oh, well, he did this, he did that. First of all, if you're new here, I am not an advocate for cancel culture. I think cancel culture started out with good intentions. I think it started out very sincere initially. And what it has become over the last several years, especially since the pandemic, it has nothing to do about holding someone accountable. It has nothing to do with justice. It's all it is rage bait and people dogpiling on someone so they can feel better about their own shitty lives. Because the dopamine rush that comes with tweeting crazy things to people, like, yeah, you're a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. So this idea that, oh yeah, but he, like, most of the people you guys listen to are probably canceled or probably should be canceled. So like, I'm very confused when people are trying to justify why he should have left. I think that I personally feel like Fan enjoyed music. I think Fan enjoyed talking about music. I think he enjoyed talking about alternative music. But again, people, I think things become less fun when it's so many people just constantly trying to destroy your character or trying to say that you're something you're not. I remember when he made the video about racism in metal music. So many comments were angry, racist ass metal fans in the comments who basically were like, how dare you talk about racism? Racism doesn't exist in metal and blah, blah. It's just like all this crazy shit. And I think when you deal with things like that repeatedly, it is obnoxious. Video same, and anytime he talked about any band that was popular, oh, you're just doing it because it's popular. Again, why are you watching? At what point do you, the person watching this video, at what point do you take accountability for the content that you consume? If you don't like it, fucking don't watch it. No one is forcing you. This is amazing Liquid Death, by the way. No, they're not sponsoring me. Yes, they should. Liquid Death, give it a try. Personally, I would love to see him come back. I loved his videos. I always thought they were really interesting and fun. And people were like, oh, well, he just looked at Wikipedia. Who cares? The way that he put it, the way that he put the videos together, that's what made it interesting. People act like you have to do this like overly deep research about, like, you don't. The videos were compelling. They were interesting. I especially loved his videos about, I think it was something like why they blew up or why they became so popular. There's a video that he did about My Chemical Romance where he was talking about why MCR became so big. I love that video. When he's talking about Tom from Blink-182, about how he was really ahead of the curve in pop punk music, which is very true. Like, he has great videos. So I've enjoyed his content. This idea that he was talking down on the audience, again, we live in a time where people are so overly tribalistic that if you do not like exactly what they like and in the way that they like it, oh my God, you're hating. Oh my God, you're trying to rage bait me. Oh my God. Like, again, everyone doesn't have to like whatever band you like, whatever artist you like, whatever song you like. And you're going to have to fucking cope. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe other content creators who are way more bigger than me won't tell you this because they're afraid to lose their audience. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, some of you, not all of you, but some of you 100% need to learn how to cope in life. You just do. Everyone does not need to like whatever the fuck you listen to. And you just need to accept that. As simple as that. Like, move on. Go find someone who likes the same shit you like. But everyone, again, is so tribalistic, and I really feel like it became so worse. It got way worse in the pandemic. Like, I feel like critical thinking went out the window during the pandemic. People's brain cells just kind of exploded. I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Personally, I would like to see the Punk MBA come back. I genuinely did enjoy his videos. It inspired me to start making videos myself. And, you know, I wish him and his family the best, and hopefully he's taking care of his mental health, and hopefully he's staying far away from the internet right now. Because, you know, people are haters. People are haters. But one thing that haters love more than anything is a fucking good comeback. So I expect the Punk MBA 2.0 comeback, and everyone who's talking shit now will be like, oh yeah, wow, he's great. I always loved him. People are so fake. Like, honestly, God, if you're a content creator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, your relationship with your subscribers and your and people who follow you is one of a very careful balance. Because on one end, you do want to give back to your community. You do want to show that you are sincere, that you are authentic, because that is good. That is about building community. But when it becomes a parasocial relationship, where the viewer believes that they know you because they've watched a few of your videos and therefore they should have a say on everything that you do in your life, that's where you need to draw the line. And if that causes you to lose subscribers or followers, then so be it. You know, I always tell people, I'm like, I knew that I could have grown so much faster if I played those games. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make the content that I want to make. And if you like that, awesome. And if you don't, I don't care. But anyway, those are my 2 cents. I'm going to enjoy this liquid death. Peace, love, and rainbows. And I will see you in the next video.